So Anne is going to play the pre-recorded presentation, and there are 10 minutes for each presentation, including questions. So Anne, please, if you can play the pre-recorded presentation by Mark Bernard.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Zoom said that the file exceeds the maximum allowed resolution and it can't be presented. So, Mark, can you make a live presentation, please? Mark?
Yes, I can make the live presentation.
Thank you, Mark.
Sorry for that, Mark.
Okay. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 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 Hello, everybody. I'm going to explain in detail one of these questions in detail of this course. First of all, remember that you can access the course through the following link and using the username teacher and the password teacher. Okay. This work is a part of the ITENS project, which is coordinated by Alfred Wasserman from the University of Beirut. The main goal of ITEMS is to develop assessments-based STEAM learning materials for higher and high school level. I'm going to explain the first question, please. We have an exercise in which we have to represent the vectors of a ball that has been thrown. The first thing we see is that to answer this question, we don't have to type anything, just represent the vectors by dragging them. This is achieved with the excellent integration of this graph with the stack question. It's developed by Matthias Jula from Aalto University. We also see that the question is composed of 4 parts, or better said, 4 vectors. Let's first try to do the exercise with all the vectors right. Click in the correct answers. And check. As you can see, the feedback that the question gives us details each of the parts of the vectors. This is important when the exercise is partially correct. And now I will answer with a wrong vector. Now we see that feedback is very useful because it specifies where we have failed. And let's go into the question to see how we'll get all of this. First of all, we have to declare the variables in this field. We have 6 variables. The time is a random variable between 1 and 4, velocity, and the 4 vectors. And next, we have the question text. Here is the statement, and here is the JavaScript code. Okay. In this case, it's this graph. But before entering the JavaScript code, we have to declare how many answers this question has. In this case, we have 4 answers. We have to declare with this syntax. Then, when we declare the answers, we have to click verify the question text, and then will be appear these options. Now, for bind the this graph with the answers, it's very important to set these attributes inside the GIF graph tag. It's a reference to the answer 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here is the code for represent the graph, and these lines are the most important because are binding the point in graph to the answer in the question. Okay, and how are they linked? Using the bind point. We pass the answer and the point. And in this way, every time we drag the point, the value in the text field is updated. For a better visualization, the fields are hidden, but to see how it works, I will make one of them visible. Okay, we'll comment this line. This is most important thing in this question, integrating with this graph. And also, another important thing is the feedback. I'm going to explain how feedback works. First of all, we have to declare the feedback, and it's necessary to write how many feedback we want. In this case, 4. 1 for each vector. And again, we have to click on the button to verify the question text. And 4 potential responses will appear here. In this case, the 4 answers follow the same scheme to check if the coordinates of the points are correct. And here we'll create a tree. And first of all, we have to choose the answer test. In this case, algebraic equivalent. And in the case of a student's answer is the same as the teacher answer, the part of the question will be correct. If the student's answer is different than the teacher answer, score will be 0, and we put the message of the feedback here.
Mark, you have about 2 minutes to go.
Okay. Finally, I will go to show you the question. Okay. This is the fields are visible, and as you can see, when I drag in the point, the value is changing. Now I fill with the correct. I put 1 wrong. And we get this, okay? 1 is wrong, and the feedback tell us that please check this, okay? And the other questions, it's the same, but using another exercise. And that's all. It's the presentation of the poster. You can test these questions if you open this link and log in as a teacher. And thank you very much. If anyone have a question.
Applause for that presentation. Maybe just one question because of time. Other questions you can post in the chat, and Mark can respond to them later. But one question maybe just for Mark.
Okay, let me. Let me open the chat.
Any questions? Yeah, there's a question in the chat. Are questions available to use? Mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry?
There's a question in the chat.
Yes,
are the
it's
questions
available to use, and also there are a link for downloads here. XML stack question. You can download and upload to your model.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mark, for the presentation. I think we'll move on to the next presentation because of time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. So the next poster presentation is on partial credit for complicated algebraic expressions